Okay, so I kind of ended up with a massive thread there, but I trimmed it off. And now you can see that I've got a nice little stitch there. All I did was I went forward once and then back stitched once. Now I'm going to take the safety pin. Sorry, I'm kind of stacking on some peanuts. And take the safety pin. You want to make sure that your elastic doesn't get twisted inside the casing. So what the safety pin is for is, one, to help you not lose it when you're using the old, so that it doesn't get sucked up into the leg casing. But the other thing is, again, make sure that however you thread it, it will end up laying flat. You don't want it to get twisted. So you're going to take your safety pin, and here's my opening that I ripped the stitches, and thread that through there. And then that gives you can kind of inchworm it along. It's not exactly it's not a hard task. It's just kind of annoying. Sometimes the safety pin can get stuck, especially on the back pieces. If you have a tag, they tend to get hung up on the top of the tag. And then this elastic will be about half the length of your leg casing. So you're gonna have to stretch it here in order to get it out. I mean, I am already stretching it a little, and I still have all the way up to here from right here. So you're really gonna have to stretch the elastic to get it to reach the other end. Now, even if you don't have a Bum Genius, this is going to pretty much be the same process on any diaper. I did an Alva yesterday. This is my first Bum Genius that I'm working on, and they really are pretty much all the same process. Except for my Alvas, not all Alvas, my Alvas. As I think I might have mentioned before, the person that tried to replace them previously, they stitched the entire elastic on to the actual diaper rather than just tacking the top. Okay, so I've made it. I'm going to pull it out, and it is pretty stretched. You can see that it's now not all loose like that one. That's what a leg casing should look like. Anyway, I'm going to set that down so I can show you. This one I've already removed the elastics from. You'll be able to see the difference. If you run into this issue, people that may not have known how to replace elastic may have done this. You can see that I had to unstitch the entire leg casing rather than just the top and bottom of it. I had to unstitch the entire leg casing, and I had to rip the stitching off of the elastic the entire way down. I suppose if that's easier to you than threading the elastic through, you can do it that way, but I would not recommend it. It's a pain in the butt. It took me the better part of 2 hours just to get to this point yesterday from ripping all the single little stitches. Okay, so now I've got this out, and remember, you want it to lay flat. You don't want to get it all twisted up, so you have to kind of pay attention to that. Okay, I took my safety pin off, and you want to hold on to it because it will get sucked down in there and you'll have to start all over again. Okay, now I'm going to hold that with my teeth because I need both hands to get a hold of that. Okay, so now I've grabbed the seam. And again, unfortunately with this one, I'm not going to be able to get the paper clip on there. I didn't rip enough of the seam open. So I'm holding it there. This is the elastic. That's where the elastic came off of. So I'm just going to tack it on back there. Let me get you guys moved again. Get you down there, maybe you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to, again, you really want to be careful with your PUL here. Ow. Okay, and you, like I said, you really don't want to just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, because it will be a pain in the butt to take off whenever it's time to replace it. Ah, hello. Okay. My thread ripped, so I'm having the most trouble with this damn sewing machine. It's not mine, it's my mom's. And the thread was my great aunt's. So the thread is very old. I'm gonna have to rip that stitching out. Okay, so I'm gonna have to rethread this real quick. Bear with me. If you can hear the nursery rhymes in the background, my son is watching Netflix. It's keeping him busy while I'm occupied. There we go. And, or not. I will attempt to edit this scene out, but I may not be able to. Okay. Alright. And now this messed up the seam up here, so I'm going to have to rip it out real quick. Obviously I'm going to want to be really careful not to lose my elastic down into the leg casing. This is a very old sewing machine. I think my mom got it as a wedding gift in 2000. So this sewing machine is 20 years old. It has seen better days. I'll just leave it at that. So I'm just going to trim off all this extra. Okay. Let's try that again, huh? I'm going to... Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. I've seen some people that when they use a sewing machine, they just floor it and go all out. I am not able to control my fabric that well. I barely press my sewing pedal because I would rather go slow and have an accurate stitch than it go fast and it just kind of end up all over the place. Okay, so now this side is done. It's as simple as that. It's really not that difficult. I'm gonna call it good for this video. I'll make some more videos showing how to replace the rest of it, but I think we're up to probably like 30 minutes at this point, and I know nobody wants to sit and watch a 30-minute video on how to replace elastics. So I'm gonna call it good for this. For those of you that were in the cloth diaper chat that asked me to show you guys how to do this, I really hope this helps. If it didn't help you, I know it's a really long video. If it didn't help you, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and say, hey, that didn't work for me. Can you maybe explain this again? I'd be more than happy to help you guys. Thanks for watching.